Guys, I want to talk about this Sabahan company that's spending $8 billion to build a smart city in the Philippines. Just for context, that's equivalent to about 30 billion ringgit, which was almost how much the Malaysian government spent to build Putrajaya in 1995. Now, Malaysian property developers investing in projects outside Malaysia isn't a new thing. Sime Darby and SP Satya spent almost 2 billion ringgit buying the Battersea power station in London, and IOI Properties has spent several billions more buying land in Xiamen, China for mixed-use development projects. So, what's wrong with another Malaysian property developer doing the same but in the Philippines? Well, a few months ago, news outlets there reported that this Malaysian company, JJC Group Development Asia Sdn Berhad, will be investing $8 billion to develop this area called Bataraza on the southern island of Palawan just north of Sabah. The project is a collaboration between the local government of Bataraza and JJC Group and is supposed to involve the development of 2,000 hectares of land to build, among other things, an international airport, seaport, hotels, casinos, amusement park, university, shopping mall, F1 track, and on and on and on and on. Not just that, the project is also expected to benefit Malaysia because by boosting the local economy and standard of living in Palawan, that would hopefully discourage people there from finding work and becoming undocumented migrants in Sabah. Now, all of that is super exciting, but what's weird is this Malaysian company, JJC Group, doesn't even appear to have any track record in property development at all. When we looked them up on the Companies Commission of Malaysia, they were only established in August 2023 with a paid-up capital of 100,000 ringgit. For those of you who have no idea what that means, paid-up capital is kind of like the amount of money that a company has to run its business. So a company's owners will put that money into the company in exchange for shares, and then the company can use that money for its own operations or invest in projects or pay its debts, yada yada yada. Well, the fact that JJC's announced this $8 billion project kind of makes it weird that they only seem to have 0.0003% of the amount of money on paper, which could totally be fine, by the way. JJC Group could just be a joint venture or special purpose vehicle or SPV created specifically for this Bataraza project. But since the company itself didn't have any track record, we tried correcting the shareholders to see if any of them had any experience in property development that we could find, and straight off the bat, when we looked up the company's directors, we found that 2 of the 4 of them were politicians. The first, Samle bin Joysin, is also the company's chief operating officer and was the candidate for Warisan during the Sabah state elections in 2018. The second, Jismit bin Japong, is the company's president and CEO and was the chairman of Sabah Muafakat Nasional until they dissolved a couple of months ago in August. Now, what's interesting about Mr. CEO here is he's been charged with criminal accusations not just once, but twice. The first was in 2013 when he was charged with pretending to be an UMNO politician so he could allegedly scam a 72-year-old into paying him 70,000 ringgit. And then the second time was in 2019 when he was charged with allegedly misappropriating 34,000 ringgit with this other dude. Now, to be fair to Mr. Jismit, although he was charged in court, it doesn't appear like he was convicted in either case, so he should be all good. But it doesn't help that about a week after the project was announced, this Facebook user made a post calling the project a scam and alleging that JGC officials were asking for 16 million Philippine pesos, which is just over 1.25 million ringgit, from contractors who wanted to be involved in the project. JJC then responded to the post by releasing a statement denying the allegation while calling it an attempt to quote-unquote tarnish and condemn JJC Group in the eyes of the public. In the statement, they also gave a phone number for people to contact if they had any questions or clarifications, so we did. At first, we tried messaging and calling them and they didn't respond. Then when we tried messaging them again, they responded by saying they were not allowed to share any information. When we tried to push, they started getting us to share our location, which kind of freaked us out a little bit, but fine, whatever. We did, and then they just stopped responding, and that's been that. Again, everything we've been talking about so far could be very easily explained. The guys behind JJC could be legit, JJC itself could be an actual company, and this $8 billion project could eventually all work out fine. But until we get answers, we'll still have questions about all of this. For example, how did JJC get this project? On what basis did the local government in Bataraza award the contract to this company? Second, where will they get this $8 billion? Do they have that money lying around somewhere, or will they be paying with it with cash or card? And third, what is the background of the people running JJC, and do any of them have any experience in property development in Malaysia or anywhere else? These are just some of the questions we would have wanted to ask JJC if they had been willing to talk to us for our article, which you can read on our website. But after we published the article, there was a Facebook user named Jismit Japong, whose name you might notice sounds incredibly similar to JJC CEO's name, Jismit Japong, who commented on our post saying they're currently asking their lawyers if they can sue us for this article. We can't be 100% sure if Mr. Jismit and Mr. Jismit are the same person, so guess we'll just wait and see. In the meantime, we'll keep you guys updated, and as always, you can follow us on Chili Sauce for stories like these and more. Tambah pedas.